Ready. Ready when you are.
Okay. Hi.
Okay, awesome. Welcome everybody to our Monday night team call. It's not Tuesday yet, though it feels like it is because I've done so much today. I just want to say thank you for my life. I was able to work today for the first time, like head to toe, a normal work day for me. And I am on cloud 9. I'm signing up 2 new reps today. I love what we do. I've had 3-way calls at the Yin Yang. I love to work with you guys, and I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart because you make my life special. So that's how we'll start tonight's call. I want to turn things over to Danielle for a second because she has some special news to announce and somebody to honor on our Honeybee team that I think we should do before we start anything.
We had a very exciting day in New York too, Melissa, just so you know.
Okay, good. I'm not the only one. Yeah.
A special team member on the line tonight who hustled her patootie off. Patootie. She hustled like her life depended on it, but really biggest heart ever. Jen Bernstein was working towards her 2,000 plus promotion, and girlfriend didn't even just get it done. She got it done. She got an extra order. Has other things lined up for the rest of the week, so you know she's not done this week.
Nope.
She's just on fire. Jen did it.
Woohoo! Yay, Jen!
So proud of you. So coachable. So awesome. And love how she came over this morning. We had a scheduled 3-way call with a prospect in Austria, everyone. In
Awesome.
Okay? Totally foreign territory to me, but it was awesome. It went really well. And she came to me then with her sheet of paper. She had her prospects for not just like, this is my list of people I want to contact one day, but these are my people this week that I'm reaching out to, that I'm touching, that I've got a call lined up. I've got a lunch date lined up. I'm going to go stop and see this person. I mean, girlfriend is on fire and has the drive and the heart, and I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
You are amazing, and you deserve every bit of this.
Jen, who is that? Hold on, before he goes, who is that? Is that your little son?
This is my Zachy.
Zachy, I just want you to be fully aware that your mama is a rock star, and she did something really special today. Congratulations to you and Jennifer on your team, because it is always a team effort, and Jennifer played a big role in that too.
Yeah.
Well done, you guys. All right.
So great job.
Thank
More
you.
that to come. We got more hustle coming out of New York, so get ready, everybody.
Let's build it. It's awesome. All right. All right. Well, cool. So you know my favorite thing in the world is to promote people. So I'm on cloud 9. It was a really fun hustle over the weekend. I'm happy to have played a tiny little minuscule part in it just by listening and watching you guys. But you had it done, and Danielle, your leadership is really stellar, and I just want to really applaud all of you. It's everybody. So thank you for being you, all of you. And tonight's call is all about the invitation process, which comes at such a timely time. That's kind of redundant, but you know what I mean. It's very timely. And that's because right now we are in a build mode. So the one thing I can say that I have good instincts on is I know when to build and I know when to break. And right now is a build mode. So I hope you guys are ready to roll up your sleeves, but I can feel the momentum building. I've got a pulse on it. I have spoken to, I want to say, at least 10 solid people today, and 2 reps out of it, multiple customers coming. It's just, when you put the heart and the intention into the activity, you get the results. So that is a lesson for everybody. Just really make the decision and go after it. So with that said, we wanted to talk about invitation process. How do we invite people to the customer experience? How do we invite them to the team experience? How do we invite them to take a step, to come to an event, to get on a call, all these different things? And so I wanted to talk through some verbiage, and it was so timely today that I got a text message from Lauren that illustrated, I thought, such a great example of how to use your upline support. So I asked her permission to share this, but I'm going to pull over to my text message while you guys are staring at me and I can't see you. And I'm going to read, because I can't share this on Voxer, but I'm going to go down. And this is kind of some of the coaching that we worked through today. Okay. So this is so great. She gave it a stab. This is my first part of pointers, that she was crafting her ideas, thinking about how she could take a step. And she sent me this text message this morning. She said, "Hey, Melissa, here's an invitation to Friday night's event at my house," which she's having events. I want to give you credit for that, Lauren. You're doing a great job at really setting things on the calendar and moving your business forward. You've been excellent with that. We did a yoga event last week. We've got this event coming up Friday night. And it is like so much fun for me to come in and support and to just watch you guys in your glory. So I love, love, love events. She writes, "I'd love some feedback to make it better." Okay. That shows you the mindset of a leader. A leader knows that there's always room for improvement, myself included. I'm always trying to craft my language to get it better, be more effective. I listen to how I ask questions. I reframe things. I maybe jot some notes down. When I'm working with you guys, I'll make notes afterwards of how effective something may have been or may not have been. Those are the kinds of things you want to do because you really want to, fine tune your craft. This is a craft. We're fine tuning skill sets, right? And the only way to do that, you guys, is through practice, through trying, through interacting with other people. So she says to me here, she says she wants some feedback to make it better. This is what she writes. "Hey, Catherine, you expressed possibly making a career shift when your hubby finishes school. I don't know if this is the right time for you, but Joe and I are having our friends over on Friday night for an awesome wine and wellness talk with our national marketing director. We're committed to building our team who want to make a positive influence in the community while making money. Can you come and just see how it works?" So I responded and I said, "Hey, that sounds great." And I can snapshot these if and put them up so you can see kind of how we reworded things. But I said, "Sounds great. Here's how I might tweak it." Okay. And I just said, "Hey, Catherine," smiley face. "You had mentioned that you were considering a career shift when your hubby finishes school." So I validated, I took that from what she said. We validated what she had said to her. "If you're open to some information," this is where I inserted that. "If you're open to some information," because it's always an invitation for information, right? An invitation. "I'd love to explore the possibility of us working together." Heart at the end of it. I think that when you add color, I know this for a fact, but when you add color to text, it imprints on the brain differently than if you didn't. So I always put some kind of emoji somewhere, okay? After that, it says, "We are having so much fun, and I thought of you. Joe and I are building a team, and we are committed to finding other awesome moms to join us on our mission and make a real impact on the future of our health in our communities. I don't know if this is for you or not, but I'd love you to join us Friday night at my place to learn more about it. Our national marketing director will be there and will be explaining how the business works. Does this sound like something you'd be open to?" Okay. Now, this is the thing you want to write down here, guys, if you're going to write anything. And I'll post this so you can see. But it's the key phrases that I used in there are, "if you are open," right? Because I never want to assume that they're ready for something. I want to ask them, if you're open to this. I use the word explore, if you're willing to explore that with me, right? Working together, because I want them to know that they're not alone. We always work together. Fun, another major keyword to put in there, because nobody wants to add more work. They want more fun in their life. Team, because they need to know that we work as a team. Again, reiterating that. Awesome moms, because I'm making the deduction that she's awesome too. It's kind of like a subtle compliment there. I don't know if this is for you or not, ... Learn more, right? Are you open to learn more? Most people won't say that they don't want to learn. You know what I mean? So those are phrases that are accepting to the brain to take in. Something you'd be open to, ? Posed as a question. So if this is something you'd be open to. I asked, in fact, the words that I wrote were, "Does this sound like something you'd be open to?" Okay. So I'll post this up, but I wanted to give you some of those key things in there because it's just sometimes a little shift when you can come to them with language that's inviting and open-ended and not like yes or no or assumptive. When we make assumptions or, "Hey, I found something I know you're going to love," or, "Oh my gosh, it's fruits and vegetables in a capsule. Like nobody eats enough." Like some people are really defensive of their diets and they're like, "I eat enough." Like it's language that's open-ended enough where they can't, it's not going to exclude them from anything. Right. So that was one example. I wanted to pull out the other one. Let me get to this really quick. This was a gal, and she called me at the most perfect time. Is it Pam? No. I had a conversation with 2 gals today, one in Hawaii and then one. So you guys are going to love this story. Hold on, I just put her in here. Where'd she go? 909. Okay, so this girl, Jennifer, last night, you guys, she came over to my house, and I'm not making this up. I love her to pieces. I'm like ready to wrap my arms around her, and she's probably going to watch this call, so I better be really super nice. But she came to my house last night because I posted something on Let Go. Okay. It was a toy bin organizer that had been like coming out, and I kept saying Paul wanted to just donate it somewhere. I was like, no, just hold on to it. I don't know. Someone's going to buy it. It's going to go to the right person. She ends up going, I need this. I want this. Like, can I come over right now? And I was like, it's 9:00 on a Sunday night. She must really need it. Right. So God love her. She shows up at my house at 9:30 on a Sunday night to pick up a toy organizer. And I said, okay, can I help you get it in the car? And she says, well, I have 6 children in the minivan. There's not any room in there. And we just came back from the beach, so the back of the car is totally packed. So is there any way that we can like pull this down and like open it up and I can put it back together myself? And so instantly my brain's like, she's resourceful, right? And then she says right after that, when you've got 6 kids, you need to be resourceful. I said, I bet, you know? And so we get to talking, and my heart was like, she was the most positive, nicest, kindest, genuinely sweet person. And she's got her hands full, you guys, right? And she was just like, she raced over to get it. She brought me the cash. We took it apart. We put it in there. I was like, oh my gosh. And I went to bed and I could not stop thinking about her. Truly, I couldn't stop thinking about her. And I was like, okay, I know enough about this business that when God puts somebody on your heart, there's a reason. You need to take a step. So just as I'm sitting there in bed thinking about it, she text messages me with 2 pictures of her kids saying, thank you so much. When it just takes a little bit of help, things go a long way. I'm so grateful. This is going to work out perfectly. Like, so nice. Right. And instantly I was like, I meant to talk to her. Right. So I respond back to her, and I'm going to read you my text message because I want you to hear what I said. I said, Jennifer, she said, with a little help, all things are possible. We just want to say thank you. And those were pictures of her kids. Okay. I responded back with this. I said, Jennifer, you are so sweet. I'm so glad you texted, and I'm truly glad that we met. I've been thinking about you since you left and how impressed I am with you. I am around tomorrow, and I'm curious if you've ever considered working for yourself. I'm building a team this summer, and it's mostly busy moms like us. Let me know if you're open to exploring this with me. I think you'd be a great fit. I look for people who are resourceful, kind, open-minded, positive, and who have big hearts like yours. We have a big team around the country, and I think you'd be a great fit. Text me anytime after 8:00 tomorrow, and let's see if we can connect for a bit. Blessings to you. Love, Melissa. So she didn't respond all day, right? Nothing all day. It could have easily gone somewhere else. I had nothing to lose, but I just knew that I felt called to say something and to make that invitation, right? And just on my way home, just now before the call at 5:15 p.m., I get a phone call, and I was like, hello. I said, we had a repairman coming. I thought it might be him. And she said, hi. I said, I'm sorry, I don't recognize the number. And she said, oh, it's Jennifer from last night. And I said, oh my gosh, Jennifer. And I said, I've got to be honest, I don't even know where to go with this. I said, other than I really felt, called to reach out to you. And I don't know, did any of that make sense? Was I too brash or too bold in my messaging? And she said, no, Melissa. She said, it's so rare these days that people take the time to compliment you and to reach out and tell you the good things that you do. And it meant so much to me in that moment because I try so hard, and all these children, she's like, there's so much work, and I am doing the best I can to give them a good life and whatnot. And we got into the conversation, and I said, well, tell me a little bit about you. Tell me what goes on in your world. Let's even see if there's room to work together here. I said, I was just really impressed with the person you are, with the positive nature that you had, with the tenacity that you had to come at 9:25 at night to come and get this thing, and that I knew that I could tell you wanted, I said, that comes from someplace special. And I said, I'm looking for people like this. I have very limited time myself. I said, but I really love to invest what I do have into people that are willing to make a difference in this world. And I think maybe there's some space for us to get together on this. And so she told me about her. I told her my story. I said, well, let me start with my story and see if any of this makes sense. We ended up having a ton of things in common, like ironically, really a ton of things. And she said, pulling up to your house and seeing that house made me think, why wouldn't I call this girl back? I want to know what she's doing, and I want to know like how I can be a part of it. And we got to talking, and the biggest question at the end of the conversation when we got off, and I hope she listens back to this and gets to hear this, was she asked me, she said, so you're telling me that if I sign up, you're going to be the one to train me? You're going to take the time to invest in me, and I can make as much money as I want to here? And I said, yes. I said, that is my commitment. If you say yes, I will meet you every step of the way. And she was like, wow. Okay. She's like, and then we just got to, down this step. But really, you guys, the commitment, right? That powerful transfer of energy coming across. I had to think about it. Was I willing to take this on? She's got 6 kids, man. We do an event in my house. I'm getting a babysitter, God love her, but that's more than I can handle, right? So you've got to think about these things. And I just know that, in that moment, I felt called to ask and to honor. And I said to Danielle, I said, oh my gosh, I said, okay, I'm going to do it. I'm going to ask her. And I said, and she goes, yep, that's your job, right? That's what we were saying to each other. I go, yep, that's your job. Back and forth today, but it's true, guys. Our job is to share. You never know. You never know. Another conversation I had today was with a 74-year-old woman who is joining our team. And I want to welcome Rose, who will at some point watch this video as well. She was a referral. She spoke to my dad on the phone today. And he said, here, you need to talk to my daughter. And he gave me her number and he said, call this lady. So I said, okay, Dad, like you never know where that's going to go, right? And I picked up the phone. I said, Rose, I'm supposed to talk to you. My father told me to. So we started going down the road. But I just reiterated, I said, tell me about you. Tell me about you. Let's see if this is a fit. And I said, I understand I'm supposed to share what Juice Plus is. And she said, I want to know everything about it. I'm a 4-time cancer survivor. And I said, you know what, Rose? I have something in common with you in the sense that I'm searching for answers too. I'm always looking for something. And you're right. Everybody needs to know about this. Because she said flat out, everybody needs to know about this. I said, yes, everybody needs to know about this. And then she asked a really cool question. She said, I'm old. She said, I'm 74. I said, 74 years young, And she said, no, but I'm serious. She said, I want to know if I build this business, can I will it down to my son? And I said, yes, you can. Yes, you can. And she said, okay, then we have something to talk about. And on my way from my house with my crazy screaming children and my 2 parents who have just moved in the car on my headset, driving across town to go to an appointment, I literally signed up a rep. I pulled over to the side of the car, took down her information, and she's going into the system tonight. So my encouragement to you guys is I met those 2 people, and within 24 hours, okay, 24 hours, we're signing them up. This isn't a game. It's not a long-term decision in the sense that it has to take a million years to decide. It just has to, you just have to ask the questions. And all I did was ask, does this make sense to you? Does this make sense to you? Are you open to some information? Are you willing to take a step? Will you work with me if I work with you? If the products make sense to you, the business most likely will too. And then we went down a road. There's another gal, I'll give you 3 examples. And this all happens today, honest to God. Just from picking up the phone. A gal named Pam, I met her in Hawaii, in Maui. And I met her on Mother's Day. Paul set up an appointment for me to meet with her on Mother's Day. I was like, on the one day when I'm supposed to take off, but we met at Whole Foods. I got to meet her. She's a lovely woman. She was really interested in the Tower Garden and food production. She wants to bring healthy solutions to people. She's really committed to doing that. And same thing. I mean, I didn't know who she was. I met her through a phone call. We got together, we sat down. I spent about 40 minutes getting to know her and offered her our business solutions, our product solutions, and said, if this makes sense to you, I'm here. We can take the step together. I need people on the island. I want to come out here. I want to spend time here. Maybe you can be that person for me. And so a lot of time had gone by. Obviously, you guys know what's going on in my life. So I kind of took a sidestep for a little bit. And I sent a message to her and said, hey, listen, I don't know if you're still interested or not, but I took some time off. I'm now back and engaged. And I'm looking to set up some phone calls. If you've got time today and you want to connect, let me know. She called me instantly. Okay. So when you give people, you tell them the intention, you set the intention of what you're going to talk about, don't shy from that. You have something so powerful in your hands, you guys. As I was sitting talking to Jennifer earlier today, this gal, we just talked about her life. We talked about her life. She asked about income and all that stuff. And I said, when you can retire your friends, it's really, really cool. When you can give that gift to somebody else, that is like the biggest high ever. And so, that's what fuels me now. I shared with her, and it's true. Like, you guys are also deserving of anything that you want to accomplish here, but it's the skills. It's the skills that we just need to practice more regularly to get us there. And the more often you have these conversations, like I did 10 conversations in a row, then you're going to learn by the 7th or 8th, you're going to get really good. You see what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden your close rate starts to pop up. You start to get better at the invitation. So let's talk a little bit about, and is that verbiage helpful? I just want to make sure that I'm on the right page here. Yeah. Okay. I'm looking at heads. So when we're inviting to, let's say a 3-way call. Okay. Should we go there, Danielle, or do you want to pop in with the other stuff first? You're muted.
Sorry. No, let's do 3-way calls. That's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 3-way calls is we know the number one underutilized tool in our business tool set, but it's also the number one thing that propels your business forward. So we want to get people on as quickly as possible. And some of this is going to sound redundant, but I really hope that through repetition, this stuff really starts to sink in. So thank you for bearing with me on it. My favorite way to invite to a 3-way call, particularly for new people, is when they're out talking to people and they're sharing their story, and somebody comes up with a question. I don't care what the question is, any question. How is Juice Plus made? How much does it cost? How do you, know that it works? Any of those kinds of things, right? Like, what do the gummies taste like, or whatever? You just say, you know what, that's a really good question. You validate the person. That's the first step. It's a really good question. Let me see if my friend's available. I would love to hear how she could respond to that, right? Or I would love to see how she can answer that. I'd love to hear, hold on, sorry, it's so loud. I'd love to hear her response. And it's not saying, this is what I omitted from that, okay? I didn't say anywhere in there, I don't know. I didn't answer, well, first of all, the fruits and vegetables are grown to peak performance, then they're picked at just the perfect time, and then they're taken off, and then they're freeze-dried, and then they're put into this thing. Like, I didn't do any of that stuff, right? Because the whole point is to get them on the phone with somebody else. It doesn't matter what the question is. It doesn't at all. It doesn't matter if you know it or not. And in the beginning, it's hard because you learn stuff and you get so excited and you want to answer the question. But the real goal, the real benefit to that person is to get them on the phone with an upline support so that they can get that third-party validation, and that moves people through the decision-making process faster than if you don't. Okay? Yeah, Marie.
So what happens when, I'm on the phone with someone, or maybe I'm talking face-to-face with someone, and I do that. I say, okay, let me see if I can get my friend on the phone, blah, blah. And I call you or text you or whatever, and you're not available. Do I keep trying other people, or what would I do then?
I think you need to ask yourself, first of all, if you're going to go into a meeting and you know that you have like a good potential person, you should shoot me a text and say, hey, I'm going into a meeting at 11 and I may text you. Okay. And then I know to look at my phone. I know to be somewhat aware that it's happening. That's helpful. I know that Jen did that with Danielle today, and that was awesome. I know a lot of us have done that in the past. That just kind of tees it up for the potential for one, right? I might say something like, okay, I will take a look for that. If I don't answer right away, I'll text you back. I might be on another call or something. We'll communicate about it, right? If you don't get us on the phone, then go after the question, go try to answer it. But the point is that if you can take the opportunity to advance them forward, to get them connected, right? Let's just say you answer the question and then I call back 5 minutes later or something, right? You still have the opportunity to say, hey, Melissa, and you've done this before, Marie, I know you have. You could say, hey, Melissa, I'm meeting with my friend Susan, and we were just talking about this. I had called you because she was curious about whatever, and I thought, you might have a good response for that. And I can say, oh my gosh, that's so cool. Susan, tell me all about you. What are you guys talking about today? And I can go right into that like I did with these other gals today, and that it creates an environment of team cohesiveness, environment, like a welcoming space, right? Mm-hmm. So, and it doesn't have to be me. Danielle's perfectly capable of this. Christiane can do a great job at this. I mean, a lot of us have the experience to be able to carry that. So it doesn't even necessarily matter who. It's really more about how, it's about how we're transferring information.
Right. Okay.
Okay. And for events and stuff, same kind of a thing. Like, hey, listen, like just like we did with Lauren, I illustrated that because it was such a great opportunity to say, like, validate that the girl shared some information with her. Then she painted a picture about what was happening, you know, and that she wanted to make an invitation to her because she's an awesome mom, awesome busy mom, just like the ones we're looking for, right? Like make that bridge. You're bridging the connection between the two of you. And then she invited her to come. Is this open-minded? You know, is this something that you're open to? At the end, asking for permission, asking for engagement, right? Is everybody going to respond? No. But the majority of people will look at that and they're more likely to than if you were to say, hey, I've got this business event. It's coming up. Oh my gosh, this is the best business ever. You can make as much money as possible. You know, we service the community. It's like the best thing. I can't even tell you. My gosh, I just come over. Just come over. The products are amazing. Like, I'll give you a glass of wine. Like, I would be like, what the hell's going on? Right? I mean, you want to make it personal for people. You want to, and if you haven't spoken to people in a while, then pick out the 3 things that you do know about them to be true. You know, listen, what I admire so much about you is this, this, and this. You know, I don't know if this is for you or not, but I would certainly love for you to come over and hear the information and let's make decisions from there. Wouldn't it be cool if we could explore this together? Right? Validate them, invite them, open-ended question. Okay. So Danielle had some pointers from Eric Worre, and I wanted her to go through that. I know I took a lot of time, so I apologize.
It's okay, because this is just do it yourself. I'm just kidding.
Shut her up already, would you?
I was going to say, and compliments go a long way too. Compliments go, complimenting people.
And you don't want them to be forced. You want them to be genuine, and the more genuine they are, the more people respond. Just like this gal, I said to her, the only thing I could say was I had no words. Like, I was so impressed by you. You know, and it was the truth. You know,
so a lot of us that have been doing this for a while and probably are familiar with Eric Worre's GoPro 7 steps to becoming a network marketing professional. But there's a lot of skills in here, and I'm just going to highlight a couple of things, some tools, some things that just stuck out with me that I thought would be good to reiterate in lieu of the invitation process and what we're going over, just to remember. This kind of, I'm just going to read this, so bear with me. It's not long, but these are just three tips when you're prospecting, to remember that you're the messenger, you're not the message. And this goes right along with what Melissa was just saying. You know, you're going to deliver the message and then get out of the way and get them to a tool. And that's exactly what Melissa's saying. Whether that tool is a 3-way call, whether it is, you know, a video clip, a recorded call, something, right? An event, just, you're the messenger, you're not the message. Learn to tell your story in a way that will make your prospects more curious to hear more. And so down the road in our Monday night series, we'll get into working on our stories as well. But we always know that's our number one tool too, is our story, right? Because we take that wherever we go. And yeah, that I just want to, I'm not going to touch the other one that he mentions because it's not relevant right now. Some of his tools too, and this is in language when inviting, is if I, would you. So if I send you a video, would you watch it? If I, you know, if I sent you an invitation to this event, would you take a look at it and come with me? You know, something. So it's if I, would you in that language. So you can like insert, and he's got examples in the book too, which are great.
Sometimes I even say, if I can find an extra ticket for this event, would you want to come with me? Because if you feel like, if you paint the picture like you can't get there, like there's like it's sold out, you know, or whatever, sometimes people are more apt to be like, oh, tell me more about it. What is this? What am I missing out on?
Right. Hot ticket item.
Hot ticket.
Exactly. You know, he goes into also when you're closing on appointments too. So do you want me to go into that? So, you know, it's if I, would you. And then you always want to get the commitment. And this goes into leading into a follow-up. Really, we always say, like, you're always setting for the next appointment. You don't want to leave things open-ended. Like, you know, here, take a look at this and I'll talk to you later. Like, what is that? Where do you go with that? You really can't go anywhere. So if I send you a video, would you watch it? Great. Do you think you'd have a chance to watch it on Tuesday, when do you think you'll have a chance to watch it? They're going to say, oh, I'm really busy. You know what? I'll try to watch it tonight. So let's say tonight's Monday. Great. So if I call you on Tuesday, will you have watched it? So you're kind of confirming the time frame of which they're going to watch it. And they'll say, yeah, okay, I'll watch it Monday night. Yes. Yeah, I'll have watched it by Tuesday. Great. So I can call you on Tuesday. What time works for you? And then you close that whole meeting there with, they're going to watch the video. Now, you're going to send it. You've gotten their okay, their permission. You're not sending it without permission. They're going to watch it. They've told you they're going to watch it. You're committing and you're setting up the time of when you're going to follow up. So they're expecting you to follow up, right? And now it's your job to be the professional and follow up with them on Tuesday morning at 10 o'clock, because that's when they said they were available. So always having those sort of confirmation pieces in place. And that goes to, the professional piece of it too. Remembering this is your business. So treat it like a business, and it will reward you and pay you like a business, right? Those were really the things from Eric Worre that I wanted to take down. Some other little reminders too, though, is, and you've heard us say this before, but it sometimes takes like 4 to 7 closures before somebody says yes to the product, to the business, to, whatever your invitation is. So don't give up. And we always want to remember, although it's easier said than done, to detach ourselves from the outcome. Right? Because it's not about us. We're just the messenger. Our job really is to provide the education for them and to get them to a tool to help them take another step. Just take another step, take another step. And our biggest tool are the three-way calls. Three-way calls. Or getting them in front of somebody else, that third-party validation, really. Would you agree? Yeah.
Completely. Yeah.
It's funny that the timing of this call, I caught a video just this morning, and I'm just like 2 seconds, but a lot of you may follow or not follow Susan Sly. And I posted some of her videos in our team page before. And she had a 6-minute video where she talked about direct people versus indirect people, and kind of gauging who your audience is when you're speaking to them, because there's a different way you would speak to somebody who's direct versus somebody who is more indirect. I probably am one of those indirect people, and those are the kinds of people where you might be a little more wordy. They want to be validated. They care more about the relationship. So those are the people, when you see them, you want to start up with, hey, how's it going? How are the kids? What'd you guys do this weekend? You can have that small talk because they really value that relationship, and you work on the relationship piece, versus someone who is more direct. Those are the people that they're busy. Maybe those are your more working professionals, or they come from a corporate background. They've got a lot on their plate. I mean, it could even be a parent that's got 6 kids. She's just busy on the go. Like, we need to get to the point now because I don't have a lot of time. Those are the people you could probably eliminate the chit chat. They're going to appreciate more to the point, why are you calling me? What are you inviting me to? Just get to the details right away. And you can say, listen, I know your time is really busy. I know you value your time a lot. I wanted to let you know about this event that's taking place Friday night, and let them know, I know your time is busy. I know you value your time, and that's your validation, right? So I thought that was really interesting. And if I can refine that, maybe I'll post it in our team page. It's like 6 minutes long. And she gave some good language in there too. That's it. Yeah, I'll find it.
All right. Do you guys have any other questions about, I loved what you said, Danielle, about closing for the next appointment, because it is really truly about just helping them take a step, taking steps in the right direction, right? So sometimes people are going to go really quick, and sometimes they're going to take a long time, and sometimes it's going to be a little bit of a tango. In a lot of cases, when you're just meeting somebody, it's about getting to know each other first. They really need to kind of build that trust, build that that connection with you, so it might take a couple of interactions back and forth before they feel comfortable. But in a lot of cases, people are just ready and looking for something, and don't be afraid of those people. I think a lot of times when they show up, we get more afraid than the people, because we're like, oh gosh, what do we do with them? So I just think that there's, so much opportunity out there, and really your results are going to be measured by how many conversations you have and how many invitations you make each day. So with that, I think we're done. But does anybody have any questions about this? If you do, just unmute yourself and jump on here. Because if you have a question, I guarantee somebody else does. And we want to make sure that we honor all that before we get off. Jen, yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
We talked
The woman of the hour.
We talked about three-way calls and all that. Can we talk a little bit more about inviting to team?
Yes.
Kind
yes.
of where I am right now.
Okay. And I want to, I know we're over time, so if anybody has to drop off, feel free. We will have, this is obviously recorded, so you'll have this to go back for, but I want to respect your time too. Yes. We're inviting to team. I think that inviting to team can be, for me, it's the most fun part. It's just like with your Juice Plus business, your Juice Plus products, it's really easy to fall in love with those pretty quickly, right? But with your business side of things, I just encourage you guys to make a list of the things you love so much about it, even if you're just new to it, or the things that you're excited about, because it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be in this forever to feel comfortable or have found something that lights you up or whatever, but just the ideas, look around. And for me, when I first started, I was so impressed by the people. I was so impressed with the national marketing directors that I met at all the events, and their professionalism, the way they dressed, the way they carried themselves, their willingness to help, all that kind of stuff. That really impressed me. So that was something that I used to invite people to. I just said, I'm just so impressed that we're surrounded by such high quality people. How could you go wrong? So that was something that it was a connection for me. Whatever touches you, in terms of the business right now, Jen, give me 2 things that you love so far or you're excited about. I know I'm putting you on the spot, but I'm trying to use it to work with anything. There's no wrong answer.
Well, right now, since I just got back from vacation, I have to go with flexibility.
Yeah.
Yeah, flexibility, just the fact that I can do it on vacation. I could be with my family. And yeah, working with friends. It's, Danielle and I were just talking about this. I've never been in an environment where women support each other so much.
Right. Okay. So that's a huge one.
Whole new experience for me.
Yep. That's a huge one.
Lifting each other up instead of pulling each other down.
Okay. So there you go. So that would be maybe a really big hot button for somebody. So I might offer in my explanation or invitation to somebody, I might say something like, it's so interesting. The more I step into this, I'm so excited first and foremost about the flexibility, because it really allows me to be the person that I want to be and have a career, alongside that, but one that supports my lifestyle first and also gives me an income. That's pretty exciting, right? And the fact that I get to do it with friends, bonus. The fact that I get paid to hang out with my friends and help other friends, how cool is that, right? But most importantly, I'm shocked and really impressed and excited that there are so many women helping women. I haven't seen this in any or experienced this in any other working environment. And that to me is priceless. And I don't know if this is for you or not, but I would love to show you my world. I would love for you to come take a look. Right? Are you open to some information? Okay. And if they are, then I would just lay out next steps. Well, then the next steps, well, it sounds amazing. Of course I'm open. Of course I'm excited. Yeah. And then you'd say, okay, well, the next steps would be, why don't I introduce you to my team member, Danielle? She's the one who's teaching me and coaching me. I'm super excited for you to meet her. She's so you just talk about her. She's amazing. She's super energetic. She's retired herself, in the last year.
She has awesome looking hair right now.
Yeah. I can't see. I'm on my phone.
Thank you.
Yes, that hair, you've got to see this hair.
Yes, it's fabulous.
Part of my story.
Okay, Danielle, for Francesca's birthday, will you make it troll hair so we can make it? Can we do that for her, please?
I can do that too.
I will try.
Spray paint it pink and send me a picture.
I will do my best. Your copy.
But do you see how we took that, you guys, and we just crafted it a little bit differently? So this is a great example, Jen. I really appreciate you playing along because one, you were vulnerable, and two, people just learned because of you, right? So, okay. Anybody else? Anybody else want to role play? Questions?
I have a
anything?
question. Lauren has a question.
Hey, Lauren.
Hi. So let's say you do the most perfect invitation and you still get a not interested at the moment kind of thing.
Yeah.
What are some good ways to follow up or to respond to that doesn't close the door?
That doesn't close the door. Yeah. I think you just say, you know what? I totally appreciate where you're at. Validate them. And if it's okay with you, you know, I'd love to just, you know, keep you kind of in my thought process. And if something pops up that I think you might be interested in, I'd love to extend an invitation. Are you okay with that?
And
Okay.
I've had that before, Lauren. Like I've invited people into the business or into my team and they've said no. Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you so much. But, and I will say to them, okay, like I totally get it. Like I just want you to know I adore you and I would absolutely love to do this business with you. And when the time is right for you, you will always have an open invitation with me. Mm-hmm. Always. And I let them know like it will always remain open. And typically those people are in your life anyway. They're either moms at school or friends or yoga, whatever it might be. So you're probably going to see them. So, you're going to make sure you're maintaining that relationship. Mm-hmm. And they're going to watch your journey. And a month from now, 6 months, whatever it might be, they're going, wow, I should have maybe said yes to Lauren when she invited me to the business because look at her now. All right, Lauren, maybe we should talk. Right. And they end up coming around. But I always kind of leave it like, totally get it. I absolutely love you, though. The invitation will stay open because I would absolutely love to do this with you.
I love that.
I love it. I love it.
And the other thing, you guys, is not everybody's going to say yes. And we're okay with that. We're okay with that. It's okay. It's not a journey for everybody, but they can still help support you in other ways. And so that is why keeping that door open and being respectful is so important because you never know when their life's going to change. You never know when, that they might be able to introduce you to somebody else. I just got a text message while we're sitting here on the phone from one of the teachers at school that I made an invitation to. And I think she's reaching out for that very reason right now. And it's funny because a whole school year's gone by. Right? But I stayed consistent to my craft. I stayed consistent to my messaging. I stayed consistent to who I am and the service that I play and the role that I play at the school. Right? And I didn't let that take away from or make me feel bashful or I didn't hide, I stayed true to all of it because it is still all open and true. And I did something very similar to that, Danielle, when I said, no problem, the timing may change or something may change. And if it does, I'm always here and I would love to be a part, have you be a part of this.
And then you stay consistent on your journey.
Mm-hmm.
You keep building your team and you keep building your customers and you keep, living your healthy, happy lifestyle and you keep doing events and you just keep doing it. You just keep doing it.
Totally. Mm-hmm. Great question. Anybody else?
Have fun.
At the event, Donna Marie, at the event at Total Fusion on Thursday, we're going to talk about the business, right? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so people are going to be invited sort of at that point to go back to the person who invited them to the yoga thing and talk to them about the business.
Mm-hmm.
I have a couple of people coming. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Good.
And that
Awesome.
definitely that makes it easier too.
But we're also gonna do some we're gonna do a salad in a jar party and an overnight oats party. So you can even bring people to that.
When's that?
We have Sunday. And then we have Danielle.
Are they both on Sundays?
I got to look at the sheet. I'm gonna do I'm gonna put it on Facebook. I just was down for the count this afternoon. I got run down, so I'm a little behind. But anybody who is in the area, if you want to invite people, they can come and work out and and shred with us there. So that like if you have people that you want to invite to the team or people that you want to like get into a healthier lifestyle, might be good to bring them into our community.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And that's going to be this Sunday.
This Sunday we're definitely doing the salad in the jar.
Yeah. Because we want
oats I think is like the following Sunday. Am I wrong?
I think so.
August
I'm
6th?
having trouble with hearing on this. The phone. This
Hey,
is
you
my
know
first
what,
time doing
Danielle?
Zoom.
We can continue this conversation. Let's just stop the recording though now.
Sure.
Thank you.